Alrighty, it's your boys the Exorcist, and we're back with another Goddess of Victory Nikkei video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to build and what to prioritize for Rupee, and I think this is a perfect time to do it, especially since she's getting a skin that it seems like everybody likes, which is so weird to me because a lot of people disliked Viper's skin when it's the same thing, but Rupee's is just like, it's not really, it's the same thing in terms of it both being bunny skins, but Rupee's is just 10 times better. I do believe right now Rupee has the best skin in the game. It's too good. So we're gonna talk about how to build her and stuff like that, because Rupee is a top 5, probably a top 5 burst 2 unit in the game. Definitely top 10, but comment if you guys think she's a top 2, or I mean top 5 in the game. I do think she's top 5, probably right there at somewhere between 3 and 5 in my opinion. But so before we get in, make sure you guys subscribe and like, right? If you guys want to join the Discord, links in the description. If you want to follow my Twitch, links in the description. If you want to support your boy by becoming a member and being able to use some cool emotes, you know, custom emotes from Nikkei, you can press the join button beside my name or click the link in the description. Now, with all that out the way, let's get into the video. So like I said, Rupee is probably a top 5 character in the game, top 5 burst 2 character in the game, right? If not guaranteed top 5 or top 10 burst 2 characters in the game, for sure. Pretty good character, right? So she's actually an attacker who does have a support role as well, somewhat. So let's talk about it. So her first skill activates after landing 100 normal attacks, affects all Iron Code allies. So Iron Code allies are characters of this code right here, the typing, right? So if they don't have this, then they're not going to get this effect, but increases the stat count of buffs by 1 and critical rate by a certain percentage for 10 seconds at level 4 being 1.56%. so that's a pretty good skill, right? Again, it only works for Iron Code allies, and there are a lot of other characters who do it for just all allies in general, but again, for just Iron Coded allies, increasing the buff count is going to be pretty good, especially since there's a lot of characters in this game who have some type of stackable buff, if not just a general buff as well, right? That counts down over time, right? No matter when it says stat count of buffs, it doesn't really mean like stackable buffs only. If it's a buff that's counting down and this procs, it will actually just refresh, which is pretty good, right? So there's that. Second skill, mileage. After affects after 30 attacks, affects self. Mileage increases attack by a certain percentage that stacks up to 5 times, and this lasts for 15 seconds. This is very, very good, especially with her first skill, because she actually will increase her own stack count by 1 every 100 shots while doing this. So basically you use 90 shots, you have 3 going off, right? After 90 shots you have 3, and then 10 bullets, boom, you have it up to 4, and then it's just gonna, I guess, go from 20 bullets, or after that 30 bullets you're at 5 already. So you can actually get it quickly because of that first skill there, right? At least faster than normal, which is not bad, right? And then her burst skill affects all enemies within attack range, deals a certain percentage of attack as damage, and if mileage is fully stacked, all allies actually get an attack buff, which is pretty nice. For 5 seconds, it's not crazy, it's not a big attack buff, I mean, at least right now at my level, but for 5 seconds, it is still an attack buff at the end of the day. That's double digits, so I would say that's fairly good. In terms of what skills you want to prioritize, most likely her first skill, then, or not her first skill, her second skill, my bad. You want to start off with the mileage skill, then the single payment skill, and then the prize skill. So mileage, single payment, prize, second skill, burst skill, then first skill. That's the order you probably want to work your way up to, just because the first skill is only really increasing the crit rate by a very low percentage anyways. You don't really need to upgrade that skill if you don't want to, but again, you gotta remember, when you upgrade skills, your power actually does go up as well, so it's kind of best for you to upgrade all these skills as possible, right? So keep that in mind. In terms of the cube for her, now, this girl probably, okay, because again, her first skill wants you to land a normal 100 normal attacks, and she is a, what is she? AR, right? She only has 60 attacks, so what do you think would be best for her? Most likely Resilience Cube, so that when you use 60 bullets, you're reloading fast to get right back into your shooting, right? That's probably the best. If not, Wingman is going to be a great option for her too, just because Wingman could take you from 60 bullets to 100 bullets. So essentially it would be 100 bullets would pass by and then you would reload, right? Which is probably better, rather than it being, 60 bullets reloading, 60 bullets, I guess 40 out of the 60 bullets to get the 1 stack. If you have this cube, the wingman cube, and it's upgraded, it could possibly get you past 100 bullets so that you don't need to reload, right? It's as pretty as simple as that, right? My cursor moved, thank you. And then for the last cube, probably the Bastion cube, right? Just increase the reload rounds. This is probably I think the last one you would want to run for her, honestly, just because after 10 rounds you're getting only, I guess, 1 to 3 rounds, depending on what level your Bastion cube is at. Mine is at 2, so after 10 rounds I'd be getting 2 bullets back, which isn't all that bad because she has 60 rounds in general. So basically after 50 rounds we would get back a total of 10 rounds, so 70 rounds in total, but it's still not equaling up to 100. So I honestly think this would probably be the worst cube to run for her out of the 3, but you can definitely run this as well if you want to. In my opinion, I would probably say wingman if you have enough percentage to get it over 100%, but if your wingman cannot get the bullet range over not 100%, over 100 shots, if your wingman cannot get it over 100 shots, then I would highly recommend to run the resilience cube, right? Just to be able to reload fast and get right back into your shooting, right? So keep that all in mind. Now, in terms of overload gear, you got to go all the way to Modernia for this one. Overload gear, right? Because I want to say the thing changes when you have overload gear. In terms of what you want to give her, you're probably going to want to guarantee give her that, max ammo capacity. That's a must-have for her, right, in terms of the skills. Reason being is because she is a character who benefits off shooting a certain amount of times. The more ammo you have, the less time you're spending on reload. Very, very good mechanic there, and that's definitely what you want to be having, I feel like, right? So max ammo capacity is a must. Another thing you want to have is increased attack. This character is clearly a damage dealer, and she's already increasing her own attack by a big margin. So by having this extra attack, is just going to make her hit even harder, right? So you definitely want to have the max ammo capacity increase and the increased attack, right? And then for your last one, it could go to crit rate if you want, because she already does increase crit rate. It could go to crit damage because she will be critting, right? Probably one of those two. You don't want charge damage, you don't want charge speed because it's not going to work for her. You definitely do not want to increase defense. It's not going to be useful for her. You could give her a hit rate. I don't really see the value in it, but you could if you want. Then probably not, actually. But then you can also give her the increased damage though element, but this is probably the last thing you want to give to her, right? I would just highly recommend max ammo capacity, increase attack, or increase crit rate or crit damage, depending on what you want. If you want more crit rate, it's only up to 7%, but if you want more crit rate, then by all means go for the crit rate. If you want more crit damage, then go for the crit damage. But probably the crit rate, because you already have a base of 50 crit rate, and then with her crit rate buff, you're probably going up to a total of what? Let me see what it would be at total. It would probably be, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up on Wikipedia real quick. What would it be at full for the crit rate increase? Let's take a look here. It would be a total of 2%. So if you want to try your luck and get the extra 7% for 9% on top of the 50, being 59-ish, 60%, then you can also do that. But I would probably recommend going for the, what's it called? The crit damage or crit rate skill there. So max ammo capacity, increase attack, or then crit rate or crit damage. That's up to you. And then also, when you do get overload gear, the cube you're going to want to be running literally changes from wingman. I mean, you could still have wingman, but you're probably going to run Bastion cube or the resilience cube. Reason being is because now with the max ammo capacity increased by a big margin, you're actually gonna get much more value out of the Bastion cube, just because every 10 rounds, let's say I have 300 shots now with my AR. After every 10 shots, I'm gonna recover back 1 to 3 bullets, depending on what level your Bastion cube is on at. I'm going to be recovering 1 to 3 bullets, depending on the level, even if I have that much ammo. So this will probably become her best cube if you do get a lot of that max ammo capacity under overload gear. But if not, then you could still continue to run the resilience cube. You can run wingman, but I just don't see the value of running more wingman or getting more max ammo capacity if you're going to get a boatload from just overload gear already, right? It's a big percentage from the overload gear, right? My Modernia, I think, has like 600 and we only have 2 pieces. I can get 2 more pieces and have that like well over 900, right? So it's a big jump for max ammo capacity with overload gear. So don't really run wingman when you have overload gear. Go for the Bastion cube. I think that's going to be her best if you have a lot of bullets, and resilience cube. So that's how you build Rupee. That's going to be the best way to build her, what to prioritize for her. Definitely let me know what characters you want me to do next. I think this was a must to do right now, just for the simple fact that she's getting a free skin that everybody's going to love, right? So yeah, I'm definitely going to start using Rupee a lot more now that she's getting that free skin, right? Skins really make me use characters a lot more too, trust and believe. So I'm going to start building her up. I think I could actually, because she's a Tetra, right? I should have the Tetra gear, at least everywhere else besides. I do have Tetra gear everywhere else, so I'll start working on that. But it's gonna be your boy Zeoxys. Let me know what characters you want. If you want to subscribe and like, because this video was helpful or enjoyable for you guys, then like and subscribe. If you want to join the Discord for more help, links in the description. If you want to follow my Twitch, links in the description. If you want to support your boy and be able to use custom emotes for Nikkei, you can click the join button or the link in the description to become a member. With all that said, it's your boy Zeoxys. Love you guys. I'm out. Peace.